Let's see, little music news here. Shout out to the homie Benny the Butcher, man. Getting signed to Roc Nation. That's dope. That's good for the culture. Saw him in West Side Gun up there. They were playing some joints. You could see Hove, bobbing his head to those records. I think that's a good look for them. Those guys have really been grinding, coming out of Buffalo and coming out on the underground scene to get to where they are now with the merch and the wrestling and the, fusing all that wrestling, as the old folks say. Fusing all that together, man, they've got a hell of a following. They'll be with us for Treese next weekend, so that's a dope look. But I think it's dope that Benny got signed in Roc Nation. Shout out to Hov for, bringing those bars and bringing that up to the table there. You guys got any thoughts about that? I think it's great.
Did we already talk about this?
No.
Yeah, this just happened.
I'll jump in. I think
production meeting.
Guess Lone doesn't like it. I'll go to Spoolz.
I think it's fun. I think it's cool, man. Like, I don't know how that works with the whole Shady thing. Maybe Benny wasn't signed as Shady before,
right.
Or I don't know. I saw West Side Gun in the picture too, so I don't know if he's also signed. Like, I know Conway wasn't right. mentioned, so I don't know if he's still doing the Shady. I don't know how the whole business dealings work, but like him being connected with Jay-Z and Roc Nation, I think, is a real good thing, for sure. So
yeah,
maybe
similar
to Benny, man.
Maybe similar to the Meek situation, because Meek is managed by Roc Nation, but he's still signed to MMG,
right?
And they have both actually done.
Well, they are management deals.
Grouped up together to make the Dream Chasers label as well under the Rockefeller or Roc Nation umbrella. So he's making moves.
Yeah, I think it's good shit.
One of the things that I like about it is, Jay-Z's from, let's just keep it real, he's from he's from that 90s era. Even though he still makes records that have an impact today, but he's involving himself with the new kids on the block, if you will, who are coming up, and instead of waiting for them to, be these huge guys that got the crazy club looks, he's involving himself in what I still consider to be an underground movement.
Right.
And so I think that's a good look. I'm just always, whenever there's a situation where older rappers aren't just like criticizing the young cats that are coming out, and instead embracing them and being able to give them that bit of guidance.
Right.
Because I think that's the thing where, while there a lot of these young cats, I don't like their music. I'm never going to be on the C. Dolores Tucker thing because, like, because at 42,
that's old school.
At 42, like these young rappers, they could literally be my kids.
Right.
And I can't act like they're not, these aren't my kids. So like if I can ever, offer, rather constructive criticism and advice, I'm not just going to throw these kids under the bus and go, stand with some other people and be like, and shake my finger at the younger generation. I think it's cool that Jay-Z's not doing that. And he's actually partnering with these young men. And maybe he can keep them from falling in some of the pitfalls that have, hurt a lot of the younger rappers that we've seen over the last couple of years.
It was just dope to see him, actually in there vibing to, the record, whatever they were playing. I hadn't heard it. I couldn't tell what it was, but it's just dope to see Jay, at this stage still be able to appreciate the bars and appreciate that sound. And for them to come in there and get signed, like Lone said about the management, to me it's just a dope move for the culture, for balance. You know what I'm saying? Now, what they do after this, we'll have to wait and see, but it just was really, really cool for me to see Hov in there, nodding his head to Benny blacking out. Like, that's just a good look, because that's hip-hop.
Yeah, another thing that's different with Benny is that he's older than a lot of these younger rappers, too.
Right.
So, I mean, he's been around a little while, so...
Yeah, they got a strong movement, man. So I'd be curious to, see how that goes. I'm also excited about Conway's joint as well. It's supposed to come out on Shady, so I'd be curious to see what he does. I know he dropped the joint with M, but I want to see who else is featured. Which way he goes with that, and hopefully it's not too feature heavy, because I think he's strong enough individually as a rapper, to carry it. But if he's got a couple more of those OG features that we don't know, it might be a surprise. I'm not mad at that. You know what I'm saying? So
Bet Royce will be on it.
I'm with that.
That'd be
Yeah, if
awesome.
Royce is there, that'd be
One
dope. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm looking forward to seeing him in Indianapolis for Treese.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
yeah, man, that's going to be a good look not only for the Treese Festival, but it's probably the first time we've had them come through the Midwest like that. So it'll be a real good look.
We're in Chicago.
Chicago, there's a lot of times people get to Chicago and they, for whatever reason, they don't make it here. You know, so they're going to see that they got love here. So I can't.
That's going to be awesome.
It's going to be a good look for just all around.
Yeah, I'm really excited to see them rock. I got a chance to see them in Chicago, and packed house. They shut it down. Live show is dope. A lot of energy.
Nice.
The crowd knew all the bars, punchlines, or whatever. So hopefully it's that same vibe when we get them here. Just a good atmosphere of everybody showing love. So I'm really excited, man. I can't wait to see them rock. So shout out to Benny, man. That's a good look.